musical inspiration?
I get lots of inspiration from my teacher. I get lots of new ideas while thinking about musical feelings and those things. I also love going to concerts. Just by looking at them, it's like having something to think about. But these days, I watch a live stream.
Yeah, it's true. There's a lot less concerts currently, which is very unfortunate. Do you have like a favorite recording when you're listening to the Izai, a favorite violinist interpretation?
Oh, I love Maxim Vangero's interpretation of Izai.
Me too. I listened to it and then I was like, I want to try learning the piece. It sounds so good. So then I tried it and then I was like, nah.
I'll just listen to it.
Yeah.
I don't need to play it. I've got a side question. If you had to learn a different instrument, what would you learn?
I never really tried it, but I love flute, the sound of it. I don't know if I can play like that, but...
I mean, when I watch the Menuhin stream, I also think, I don't know if I can play like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can still appreciate it, right?
What have you learned so far being in this competition?
I think that being a great violinist is not really made just by my own effort. I need my friends, my families, and my teachers, their support and love. It really gives me energy to keep trying.
That's very well said.
Very well said. More love.
We'll be sending you and all the other Menuhin semi-finalists loves.
Yeah, we'll be sending loves
Go!
from the other side of the world to everyone and all of you. Thank you so much for your time. Best of luck with the competition.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Hello, hello, hello.
How are you, Hannah?
I'm good, how are you guys?
We are very, very good.
Yeah, very good. Why did you look at me? So how long have you been playing the violin?
I started violin when I was 3.5, so it's been around 11 years.
And who's your biggest musical inspiration?
I've had different inspirations at different stages, but right now would be David Oistra, because I've been playing some of his stuff that he recorded.
Nice.
Ooh, good choice.
Yeah, he's a big one.
Yeah.
So.
What would you do if you win the competition?
I mean, winning is a huge, word for it. So I guess for me, no matter what results come out, or I want to go to Philly and give my teacher a big hug.
Yeah, that's so nice.
My teacher's in Philly. I'm studying at Curtis, so it's currently online. So I haven't seen my teacher in around more than a year.
Oh wow. What do you love the most about playing the violin?
I guess there's just a huge wide range of rep that I can play, and I do also love performing, so I love the feeling when I go on stage, and plus each piece there's different emotion for it and I can interpret in so many different ways.
That's true. There's a lot more repertoire than say the viola or double bass. Two of the same concertos I play everywhere. Can I just check, you played the Paganiniana in the semifinals, right? Which variation did you find the most challenging and why?
I mean, each variation is hard in their own way, but I think the most difficult one or challenging one was variation 3, which was the Trolls one. It was a slow.
Yeah, that one's so hard.
It's technically also hard, but I think making it sound interesting was very challenging for me. And then also, obviously the last variation.
I mean, yeah. I just gave up on the last one.
We'll hope to talk to you guys soon. Thank you so
Bye.
much.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hello.
Hello!
Yes, how do you feel about the whole thing so far?
I'm very grateful for this opportunity.
You said that you began playing violin at the age of 3. Do you remember if it was you wanted to learn the violin and asked at 3, or did your parents kind of just...
I just remember when I was younger, my parents took my older sister and I to a lot of symphonies and recitals. One day, my mother found me in the playground trying to hold a leaf as a violin. That's when she realized that I really wanted to play the violin. So then she started taking me to lessons.
Wow.
I'm gonna call my mum right now and be like, did I ever pick up the fork in the kitchen and start playing the violin?
Do you have any particular kind of musical inspirations, favorite composers or violinists or orchestras?
Definitely the teachers that I studied with growing up. Also the recordings and concerts that I listen to definitely also impacts my musical decisions.
You played the Tsugan, right? Was there any recordings that were particularly influential for you?
I really enjoyed David Oistrak's recording.
Yeah.
You're such a classic.
Yeah.
I also listen to a lot of others like Francis Scabi's Midori's and a lot of just to get a general inspiration on how other people interpret the piece.
Did you listen to Tsugan? Because Brett played the Tsugan when he was a bit older than you, like 8, 19, 20. Would there be any insights or advice you might give?
The piece is very different from some of the other works of the late Romantic era, like Sarasate's Carmen Fantasy, for example. To me, it resembles like wavering glow of a candlelight, feelings of sorrow and despair, especially in the first few pages. That emotion, I think, especially is very hard to express and one of the most challenging aspects.
Yeah, I can definitely see to grip the entire room in that opening is such a crucial thing to achieve as a violinist. And I think you did amazing in your performance in the semi-finals.
Thank you so much.
Thank you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hello, Edward.
Hi, it's so great to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Where are you right now?
I'm in Melbourne, Australia.
Aussies, let's go.
Yeah, Melbourne. Oh, I miss Melbourne.
But yeah, we thought we'd just ask you a few questions and chat a little bit.
How long have you been playing the violin?
Well, I've been playing for around 12 years now because I started when I was 3 years old.
3. Is that normal these days? We
Yeah.
started when we were 6.
Yeah.
If you have one, who's your current biggest musical inspiration and why?
Well, I'm always inspired by David Oyster's playing. I think when I listen to him, I'm always discovering something new in his playing.
Yeah, he has such an amazing sound.
Very majestic.
Actually, do you have a favorite recording from David Oystra?
I've been listening to his Szymanowski recently, his Fountain of Arethusa, and all the different myths are really interesting and a very tasteful interpretation, I think.
I'm gonna go listen to it again after this.
Yeah, me too.
Seeing how you play so amazing, how long do you usually practice every day?
I usually practice around 5 hours a day.
Ooh. That's almost as long as going to school.
Recently for the competition.
Do you find it hard to focus for a long duration of practice?
Yes, of course. I usually like to split up my practice with, a quick jog, or I train my cat Ginger a new trick.
Yeah, do you jog with your violin?
That's a good one, I might have to try that.
Cool, thanks Edward. We'll catch you around.
See you. Bye.
Hi!
Hey, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So I see here that you're 13, right?
Yeah.
See, we started at 6, so we played for
Is that 22 years?
20, you played for 24.
Whoa!
We've played violin longer than you've been alive. But I wanted to feel a bit better and just find out, when did you actually start playing the violin?
When I was 4, so it's been like 9 years.
9.
How does that make you feel better? 9 years and she was already playing it.
Well, she started 2 years earlier than me.
Yeah, okay.
So, you
Okay.
know, she had a 2-year head start.
Okay.
Do you remember if you were made by your parents to play the violin, or did you ask your parents?
So I think I asked my parents. My mom was listening to Hilary Bach because she really likes classical music. And then I said, oh, what's that? I want to try it. So she bought me a violin and I went to a neighborhood violin class thing.
Wow. Hilary Bach. That's a pretty good way to get started on the violin.
That's an epic way to start. It's like Hilary Bach. Do you have like a favorite musical inspiration?
I'm really inspired by ballet. I love ballet, it's beautiful. I love how there's always like a main storyline and then everything else, like the costumes, music, props, choreography are all dedicated to that one like storyline, and how all the details are so planned out and so precisely executed. And then it's still flowing with so much emotion, which is exactly what I want to do as a violinist.
I'm curious, do you have a favorite ballet or ballet composer?
Giselle.
Wow, I don't know that one.
To be honest, my ballet repertoire is not developed yet.
Yeah, I just know the ballet.
I'm a late bloomer.
Yeah.
If you had to play a violin piece, one piece only for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Ooh. Recently I played this piece by Shim Kim called Holo, which means alone in Korean. So it's my commission piece for the semifinals. It's actually really fun to play because there's a lot of fluctuating dynamics, and there's a lot of scenes where he's suddenly crazy and then suddenly calm and then so on. So that was a really fun piece to play. I would play that a lot if I had the time to.
Modern piece. That'd be cool too, because then you can kind of like
Explore it, keep going.
explore.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time, Lauren, here. Best of luck.
Thank
And
you.
we'll see you around.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Those were some great interviews. Thank you, Brett and Eddie. Now let's go back to the Menuhin competition, Richmond 2021 Junior Semifinals.